Hey, so I want to do a quick demonstration on some of the stuff I'm working on, in particular, trying to leverage ChatGPT for data analysis for Amazon PPC. And I've literally just been working on it. You can see all the stuff I've been trying to figure out. And so I'm going to show you kind of what I've learned if you want to try it out for yourself. I've only gotten the basics done, but there's a big kind of confusing part right at the beginning that basically I want to show you. So first of all, you have to use the GPT-4, which means you have to pay for the subscription, which is like $20 a month. That is worth it to me, but the 3.5 version, you can't upload any files, so you need the 4 so you can upload files. And then the big issue with it is, so this is just a regular bulk sheet download, is getting the formatting correct. That's the issue. And I'm going to show you how to do that real quick if you want to try this out for yourself. So what trouble I was running into was these errors here, which basically are telling you that these are numbers formatted as text. And if you try to upload this sheet to GPT-4, it tells you can't read it because there's some error. And I tried like 100 different things to try to figure out what this error was, and then kind of landed on this. So how to fix this? It's pretty simple. You just go to File, under your Options, and then where is it? Formulas here, and then this right here, error checking. Uncheck that. Okay, and they disappear. It really is that like it's that simple. It took me forever to finally get around to trying that. I was reformatting that. I was deleting columns. I was doing all kinds of junk to try to get it to work, and it just ended up being that simple to get this to be readable by GPT-4. So I'm literally just fixing that, saving the file, and then going in here and choosing the file, opening it up, and it will run the data. And then I'll just copy and paste these questions I was asking, and then give some context. So I just want to ask if it's readable, and if it's readable, give me the sheet names, which are these right here. So I'll let it do that. It's gonna take it a minute, and so that I'll get a second here to kind of explain some other things. I was trying to make it as effortless as possible, so I just want to upload the actual downloaded file, the raw data, upload it, and see what I could do with it. So as long as you change that setting in Excel to make sure it ignores those errors, you can literally just download the raw data and upload it. You may have to enable editing or save it or something like that. Basically, that's what I had to do. And then I was asking it like really complex questions because it wasn't giving me the answers I was looking for. So something to keep in mind is that, okay, so you can see that it read the file just fine. And back to my point, you have to use the headings of the columns correctly. So as long as you are like using the words in the column exactly, it seems to do okay for locating information. And right now I'm just using really basic stuff. You can, because I was having an issue, I asked it a question that basically told it to first look through this column for a specific entity type and then give me an answer. But it turns out you don't quite need to do that so long as you are correctly using the headings, the column headings, you may run into some issues. Like I said, I really have not gotten too deep into this. I'm trying to get deeper and ask it more complex, sort of like data analysis questions. But basically, as long as you're using the correct heading, it will tell you the right information. So, and you can see I've tried like 4 different questions here to get the right kind of answer, and then 2 here, but actually it gave me the right answer on both. So I'm going to reuse this question to kind of show you, and I'm going to change it a little bit. So I asked for the second most. I'll do the third most, because why not? And we'll see what it says. So then it will analyze the data and kind of give you an answer. But obviously you can see the answers it gave me back here. For the second most was the word trifold, and told me how much money it was spending. And I want to ask it another. Okay, so there you go, men's wallet right there. So now, real time, I want to ask it a specific question, and what I'm going to do is copy paste that, and what I want to ask it now is what keyword text, because that's the column heading for keywords, is the most unprofitable, and I want to see what it does with that. Unprofitable. And I want to see if it gives me a good answer. I don't actually know the answer. I just want to see if it'll get kind of bunged up and not know what to do. So we just run it and see what happens. But basically, this will allow you to start asking at least basic questions. I'm going to start using this on like search term reports to quickly find, unprofitable search terms or profitable search terms, that kind of thing. There you go. So it looked through, and that more complex question, of what is the most unprofitable. There you go. It just told me what the most unprofitable one is. Spending $35. How many sales does it have? Just kind of showing you how I'm thinking through. Okay, so it's generated 0 sales. How many impressions and clicks does it? So you get the idea. Basically, so far it's pretty easy. Once you upload it, it can look through the data and even give you some good insights. And I'm just going to kind of work on how complex of information can it start giving me, and basically trying to hone in on the specific single questions to ask that will be useful. For example, give me a list of the top 10 most profitable keyword text. Let's see what this does. Sometimes it takes a minute to analyze, but So far, it's been pretty quick, obviously. I mean, you're seeing me do this in real time. These aren't questions I've ever asked it before. I'm just sort of like trying to. Okay, so it's saying. Okay, so it's giving me these keywords and telling me how profitable they are. And now I want to know how it calculated that. Uh, So there you go. You can see that it is looking at the data and it's making like a smart thinking decision about it, in the sense that it didn't have to tell it how to find the most profitable keyword. It just, by me just simply saying, give me a list of the top 10 most profitable keywords, it was able to generate a response. So the way that would be useful is, for example, if you are getting a search term report and you want to find out what customer search terms are the most profitable and what ones are the least profitable, you could literally just upload that sheet and then ask the question and it would spit it out. You don't need a pivot table. You don't need to like do anything, right? It would just give you that information. You could also find probably what campaigns those keywords are coming from, right? You could say, what are the least profitable customer search terms and what campaigns are they from, right? So that would spit out a list of campaigns with the list of keywords, and you could then just take those and add them as negative targets into those campaigns via upload. Really easy, or something like that. Now, I haven't figured out how to get it to spit out like an actual like replica of the sheet with bid changes or anything like that, but that's sort of the next thing I'm going to try to work on, is having it now calculate like an optimal bid or something like that and see what it comes up with. And my plan is to try eventually, as quickly as I can, try to have ChatGPT manage PPC for an entire account by basically uploading a data set, asking it to optimize it, then uploading that data set, bulk uploading it and having it implement the changes to the account and see what happens. That's my plan. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, obviously, and I haven't worked out all the kinks as far as getting it to understand how to optimize anything. And so I'm going to just kind of keep probing it and asking it questions to sort of like figure out if it understands that it needs to change a bid to raise, to drive more sales or to improve profitability or that kind of thing, right? I still have to kind of test that out, but basically this is enough to sort of get you started if you're interested in trying to like leverage GPT in a way that you can use for advertising and other data analysis. I mean, you could do it for all kinds of things, but so far this is where we're at, and the way to do it is just make sure it's formatted correctly. And a super easy way is to, like I said, just remove that error, that automatic background like error detecting. If you turn that off, then you can just just download and re-upload the file as raw data and start asking it questions. The important thing to remember is that you have to use the accurate column heading, because it will give you exactly what you say. And when I was first testing this out before the video, I kept using keyword ID and it spit out a number, and that's cool, but it's not very useful. So you got to make sure you're using the right word. Like if you're looking for a campaign name, you might have to use the actual like campaign name, right? Or you might have to use the campaign name where it says informational only. Like, I haven't figured that part out yet, but if you are trying to explore this as an option, maybe you can try it out. So anyway, that's the deal. That's how to do it. And when I learn more, I will upload more and show you what I've learned and how I'm leveraging it. So thanks.